Okay, guys, today we're gonna go over my jujitsu tournament and my thoughts after the tournament, how I did, what I wasn't expecting, what happened exactly, and what I'm gonna do moving forward. So basically, I got there like literally probably 4 hours early, so that was kind of frustrating because it was hot and like who wants to be there 4 hours before they start? And yeah, so got there 4 hours early. I got to watch younger people. Kind of learned a little bit by watching them, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'd rather I got there as soon as it was starting. So anyway, but once it started very abruptly and I had no time to warm up. I barely had time to even put my gi on. They were like, adult ski now. So put my gi on and then went straight into my first match. So they call my name. I go up to, fight or roll, whatever word you want to use, but go up there. Um, and immediately I realized, so when I practice, my feet sweat like crazy. I don't know why, but they just do. Like even at practice. So it's not really that I'm nervous. It's just like, I don't know. They just like, my feet just start sweating like crazy. So when I got onto the mat, I was nervous this time. So I was sweating even more. And I'm telling you, I might as well have been, at the Winter Olympics doing figure skating. I mean, it literally was like I was on ice. My feet were just slipping around. Like the mat was super slippery on itself. And then plus now my feet are sweaty. So, I mean, imagine trying to do anything when you're basically on roller skates. That's literally how it was. It was that bad. So now I can't really do the double leg takedown because I need to like launch, at them fast. If I tried that, I would just slip and probably fall on my face. So couldn't really do a double leg or single leg or anything. So that, kind of, that sucked. Anyway, it wasn't so bad to the point where I couldn't stand. So I was able to stand. In my first match, I won with the paper cutter submission. So, at least I won. Got the takedown, stayed on top, got side control, then went to mount, and then got the paper cutter submission. So, yeah, so that was good. But in my first match, I I like jammed my thumb either into the guy's hip or the ground or my own hip or something. I don't know. But it hurt really bad in the moment. I was like, damn, that hurt. But I can't just be like, pause, I hurt my thumb. Like, so I just kept going and I won, whatever. Adrenaline's going. After the match, it hurt, but not that bad. And then about 2 minutes after the match, right before I start my next match, boom, my thumb starts like really hurting. And I'm like, uh-oh, this hurts really bad. So then I go to my next match. I dislocate my shoulder twice, the same shoulder twice in the same match. How does that happen? I don't even know. I took him down. We did like a scramble and we stood up from the scramble and I went to like put my hands out like this, you know, and only one of my arms went up. What? I was like, so what I did was I felt my shoulder hurt, but I didn't think it was dislocated. I just felt it got hurt in the scramble. But when I went like this and only one of my arms went up, I knew it was dislocated. So I shimmied and then boop, it popped back in, got both my hands up. We went again, scrambled again, boom, dislocated again. Because this is the first time I've ever done this. So once I did it, it like loosened up my, my ligaments or my tendons, whatever it was, my rotator cuff area. So it immediately happened again. And yeah, it hurt like hell. And then the whole rest of that match, I'm really hard pressed to do anything because my shoulder is so like, it just hurts like hell. Like it's in the, it's in the socket now at least, but it just hurts like hell. So yeah, I ended up losing that match. So, but it was still fun. So now I have a really hurt thumb. My thumb's still swollen, still hurts, but I have a hurt thumb. My shoulder's dislocated twice. That hurts like hell. And now I have to go again just to get third. I have to fight again. I ended up fighting the same guy I did for my first match. So, I know I can beat this guy. We go again. I beat him again the same exact way. Took him down, side control, mount, paper cut. Same exact way. I mean, it wasn't that easy. It was harder. I was trying to do an arm bar. I was trying to, spider crawl my hands and move his arms up like that and then get him with the arm bar. Never happened. Okay, so then immediately after my last match for third, I win, I get third. We take a quick picture. No-gi is basically already started. They're already making the different brackets and stuff. So I have to strip down right there in front of everyone. I mean, I don't personally care, but it's just like, I don't have enough time to I don't know. But anyway, I took my pants off right there, put my shorts on, put my rash guard on, and we just started rolling immediately, basically. So I went against this one guy. He was pretty cool. It was his first match, I think. So I ended up beating him with the Americana. But I did it from mount, which was weird. Usually you do that from side control, I think, but I actually did it from mount. It's kind of weird, but that's how it went down. So that was fine. But again, my shoulder is hurting so bad and I'm slipping around and my thumb hurts. So I can't grab anything. I can't. Anyway, I was very injured and it was very hard. Next, I go against this absolute monster. I mean, David and Goliath. Literally, I'm 5'10". This guy's probably 6'3", 230 pounds. Huge. And, that's one thing. But now also, I can barely use my right arm. So I'm really hard pressed to win this. And this was for gold. So basically, I double collar tie, I guess. I bring him down and he falls to his knees and he stands up and kind of has an underhook under my right arm, which is my bad shoulder. And once he goes like this, I mean, I almost just started tapping because my shoulder hurt that bad. But once he went like this, I had to go over because if I was staying there and he lifted my arm, it hurts now to do. If I lifted my arm all the way up, it was going to be a real problem. So he easily took me down because I couldn't fight him back. So then he laid down on top of me. I mean, he's huge. He lays down on top of me. My arms are up. My shoulder hurts so bad. He key locks me. I'm done. I lose. So I ended up getting second in no-gi. So yeah, that was the tournament. Pretty fun. I'm super injured. I'm still super injured. Turns out I actually pulled my quad too. And I think I did that in the last gi match with the huge guy. I thought he had kneed me in the thigh, but I think what happened was I just pulled my leg somehow. Because now there's no bruise or anything. It hurts really bad, especially when I bend my leg. So I think I just pulled my quad. So just to run down, I pulled my quad, I dislocated my shoulder twice, and I basically broke my thumb. I mean, I didn't break, I just jammed it, and now it's swollen at the base and hurts really bad. So yeah, definitely had a lot of injuries. I wasn't expecting to get injured, the first match and the second match, and then have that kind of, not ruin, but hinder me the entire rest of the tournament. So yeah, that was kind of frustrating. It's because I had hurt my elbow weeks before and we were nursing my elbow all the way up to the tournament, and we finally got my elbow, good for the tournament. And my elbow never gave me any problem during the tournament. I was wearing that sleeve, but still, yeah. We spent all that time rehabbing my elbow. Very first match, I break my thumb. Second match, dislocate my shoulder. So is there really a point in not being injured? Because the first match, I'm just going to get injured. So it was, pretty frustrating. Things that I definitely need to work on would be, the first thing is getting my sweaty ass feet under control, because that was, even though I dislocated my shoulder and I basically broke my thumb, I could not use my right arm at all. It was more hindering it was like someone taped ice cubes to my feet before I went on. That's how bad it was. I don't know if every mat is going to be as slippery as that one was, but I know there's like some type of spray or something. There's something I can do to get my feet not to sweat that bad. So that's going to be my very first step, is doing that, because I'm sure that those, that also added to my ability to get injured so easily, because I had no base. I couldn't really stand up right. So yeah, definitely figure that out. Also, another eye opener was how hard everything was when someone's, fighting back. Because in practice, I mean, they do give resistance a little bit, but not really, because I was so new. I was only a month into training jujitsu at all. So I was more just figuring out how to do the attack. It wasn't really, that much, they weren't playing defense very well on purpose, but the reason for that, we were going to ramp that up closer to the tournament, so I get more like, okay, this is much harder when they're, you know, when they're tensed and trying, for me not to Americana them, basically. But we kind of had to like lay off that because my elbow was hurt, so it's kind of like a weird. It's really difficult to train, like more tournament style when I was hurt. We didn't want to like inflame my elbow right before the tournament. So yeah, definitely surprised on how hard it was to basically do anything when someone just tried for you not to do it. Like my takedowns, like Tayatoshi, basically was almost impossible. It was literally almost impossible because, for one, again, my feet were so slippery, I could not do anything. I just had to like stand there and try not to fall, basically. I couldn't like grab and take a fast step toward them to put my thigh on, my hamstring to their hamstring and flip them over my leg. I couldn't do that because I couldn't even take a step forward. That's how bad it was. I was just like, I was trying not to slip. It was very bad. But anyway, so yeah, everything was much harder than, it's much harder when someone's, resisting. So yeah, I think more like live rolling type practice will definitely do me a lot of good. I had a good plan going in, but once I went in and my feet were super slippery and my thumb was basically broke. At the time, it might as well have been broke. I know it didn't really break, but it might as well have been broken. And then my shoulder dislocated twice. I couldn't use my right arm at all. That plan I had kind of just went out the window. I mean, I could try to do the stuff I planned, but it made it so much harder, and it was just super hard. Like, for example, if I got side control or mount, like, it was very hard for me to like move their arms up or try the Americana or something. It was hard to really attack because I have to use one arm. I mean, like, I can pretend to use my right arm and kind of like try to grab something with a limp arm, but it's just silly. But so yeah, going forward, I think I'm going to do more live rolling. I know on the weekends there's a place where you can do open mat and live roll, so I'm definitely going to get into that. But I'm super injured right now. My shoulder's still real messed up. My quad, I can barely bend my leg. So yeah, I'm definitely like trying to rehab my body right now. So I'm not going to train for a little bit. It's been about like almost a week now. It's been a week since the tournament. I'm still like, I haven't really done anything because I'm so injured. So yeah, need to heal. Then I'll get back to training, do my thing. The tournament was super fun. I'm making it sound like I had a terrible experience. I didn't. I had a super fun experience. My family was there and watched. They were hyping me up. They were more excited during the match than I was. I mean, they were freaking out, trying to film. They're shaking the camera, super fun. My coach was awesome, and he did a great job at coaching me while I was in the match. I could hear him like screaming at me, like to, put knee on belly and, play with the neck. I was rewatching the video, and he's like, play with the neck, like screaming the same thing over and over and over again. And I couldn't even, if you ask me like, why didn't you like, try to choke him when he was saying that? I really don't have a good answer for that, but I could hear him yell that. Like, I remember I could hear him yell that, and I think I eventually did. But yeah, I don't know. When I was in there, I was just like, I don't know. I can't even explain what the hell I was doing, to be honest. But for the most part, I think I was trying to listen to what he was saying. Um, but yeah, like I said, like he would be telling me something, and it's like I'm trying to do that, but my arm, my shoulders gone. I might as well not even have this arm. So, like what he was saying, like I definitely wanted to do, but it's just like I really couldn't make it happen because my shoulder, my it was so bad. But anyway, yeah, super fun experience. I definitely am gonna do more tournaments. But I need to train. I need to heal, and then I need to train some more, learn some defense for like the arm bar and stuff. Yeah, had a great time. I already dropped a YouTube video on the tournament, so you guys can see everything I mentioned today. Those are my thoughts after the tournament. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.